Hey, Team Bump Diggity. Don't mind my no makeup face. We are at the dump, if you couldn't tell. Huntley's sleeping. Look at that crap ton of crap back there. Anyways, we're out running around today. And I just had some things on my mind. Hopefully I'm in the team page. Do you guys know how many times I do this when I'm not in the team page? Let me know if I'm in the team page. Shalina, I see you're on. Am I in the team page or am I on my main page? At this point, it really doesn't matter. But I'm going to talk to you guys about something I like to call the 3-month itch. You know, like when you get married and people say that you have like a 3-year itch where I don't even really know what that is other than like a little hump in your relationship, right? Thanks, Shalina. It's so, like, it drags like crazy. Anyways, okay, good. Team Bomb Diggity, listen up. So, the 3-month itch. It was more like a 6-month itch for me. And I just want to tell you guys about this because I feel like a lot of the times we join, right? We join, we're ecstatic, we're excited. We just want to tell everybody and anybody about this business. And then maybe we get to the 400 club and maybe we haven't signed up any distributors yet, and your second month, and it's the 7-year itch. See? Okay. Well, let's just go with 3 month. I'm going with 3 month. Anyways, maybe you're doing so well, you get your shopping spree, you love it, and then you see your first paycheck and you're like, I put way more work into it to make only $100, or maybe it's $80, or maybe it's $60, or whatever. And you're discouraged all of a sudden. But you're like, you know what? I'm going to keep going. So you keep going. And in your second month, you sign 4 more loyal customers up. And you're doing so well. And then you see that next paycheck. And maybe it's only $150. And then you're like, okay, well, I thought I was going to be able to make like $500 extra a month. Like, this is not working for me. And so you start doubting yourself. And you start not knowing what to do. And you start thinking to yourself that like maybe this isn't for you because you've spent almost 3 months now doing this. And I love that, planting seeds. I'll get to that too. So you've spent like almost 3 months doing this, and then all of a sudden you're like, this just isn't worth it. Like, I'm spending way too much time. This isn't worth it. Let me tell you my story. A lot of you already know it, but I want you to understand something about this 3-month itch that I'm getting at, okay? So, and I have so many different stories, but for me, it took me 6 months to go executive, okay? I only had 2 people on my team. None of them were working, or neither of them were working. And it took me 6 months to build up the loyal customers to get myself to executive, okay? So it took 6 months for me to make about an average of $300 a month. Then I went to conference, which is a great thing to even talk about right now too. But I went to conference. I paid my way there. I had a great job at the time, so I could afford to go. I didn't spend my It Works money. I spent, there's Brian, if you can see him back there. Anyways, I spent money to go to conference from Oregon to Florida. I didn't know anybody there. I just did it and I got there, right? I came back home. In 45 days with 2 people on my team, I went from executive to diamond in 45 days. My paycheck, and right about the time that I wanted to give up, okay, I'd been doing it for 6 months and I wasn't making more than $300 a month. And I was like $300 a month, sure, that's great to like put towards my credit card. That's great for some of you that like need diaper money or whatever it may be. $300 a month is not something to take lightly, right? But it wasn't. In 6 months' time, it wasn't where I wanted to be, okay? I was a little bit impatient at the time. So, fast forward, my paycheck went from $300, it was actually less than that, it was like $280 something, to over $3,000 in 1 month's time. 1 month's time. Okay, so, when I talk to you about this 3-month itch, it's because it's about the mark where I start having these conversations with my distributors, not my distributors, with my team, that they come to me and they're like, Rochelle, this just isn't working for me. What am I going to do? How do I get past this little hump? Do you have any suggestions? When in all reality, if you take quitting off the table, like I've always said, so like this is, I mean, it's not like I'm the one who made that up, but my point is, you've heard me in all my videos preach about just taking quitting off the table. Do not set a time frame. Do not say, if I don't make $3,000 if I don't make $3,000, all of a sudden Brian gets in the truck and I realize that I'm screaming. Like, I'm yelling at you guys. He's always like, you always scream at the camera. Anyways, if you set a time limit on it where you're like, if I don't make $3,000 in 6 months, then I'm going to quit. Your 7th month might have been that month that you made $3,000, but you didn't stick it out. Those people that are watching you and saying like, I don't know, she's been at it for quite a while. She's been at it. Is she going to quit? And then you make a post and they're like, you know what? I've actually had a girl say this to me. You guys, I'm kind of rambling, but there's a point to this. But I've had a girl say this to me and she joined my team. I won't call her out. But she literally said to me, okay, I told myself that if I saw you make another post about this opportunity tonight, that I would join your team. Guess who made a post? Me. At like 9:30 at night, I was like, hey, text opportunity to this. And you're going to join my team. And guess what? She said to herself, okay, if it's meant to be, if this girl makes another post, I'm going to join her team. Now, if you're 6 months in and you're being and you're discouraged and you're like, I don't know if I can keep doing this. Think to yourself, there is somebody that is watching me that said to themselves, if she makes another post tonight, I'm going to join her. So every single time that you feel like you're going to give up, that you feel like this just isn't worth it, like you just don't know if you can do this, think of that one person that you could possibly be changing their life, okay? That's number one that I want to tell you guys. Number two is, I posted a story about my girl Shalina, which she's on here right now. Shout out. She was so rude to me. I love her to death, so I can talk about this. We've talked about this a million times, so I can put it on blast. But anyways, she was so rude to me. She's like, this business, I think it's a scam, blah, blah, blah. Like, she was super skeptical, like a lot of people are, okay? A lot of people are. Shalina, I'm not putting you on blast, but I kind of am. Love you, girl. But anyways, you guys saw my story. If you didn't, go watch it. It's awesome. It's basically just talking about how she came to me about the business and then ignored me, and then came back to me and then ignored me. And it was like August of last year that we first started talking about it. And then she didn't end up joining me until February. Now, between August of 2017 and February of 2018, what if I would have quit? Who would Shalina have joined? That doesn't even make sense. Who would she have joined? She wouldn't have joined anybody on my team that I've enrolled since then. She wouldn't have, she would have joined a different team, because if I quit, then everybody else is going to quit. If you quit, then anybody that's watching you is going to quit that's on your team, or is going to say to themselves, if they're not on your team, that's not true. Just because you quit doesn't mean your team's going to quit. But here's what could happen. There are so many girls that have the highest volume in my downline who quit, and somebody underneath them started running, but they came to me and they were like, hey, guess what? This just isn't working for me. I can't do this. 3 months later, somebody went diamond under them. And if they would have stuck it out, that diamond would be under them and they'd be double. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I just feel like it's so easy to make excuses. And I don't mean that in a mean way. It's so easy to use our why as our excuse. Like, Huntley's teething right now. And
122.
Don't get me wrong. Like, I probably have a way easier baby than a lot of people do. That being said, it's hard. It's super hard. She's teething. She won't let me set her down. Right now, she's a perfect little angel sleeping. She's still sleeping? Yeah. She only sleeps in the car rides. But listen, what was my point? Shoot. There was something I wanted to say about, if I started saying, you know what, I can't work my business because Huntley's teething and I can't set her down and this is just like way too much, and she won't nobody will watch her. Like, I'm not kidding you guys. It's not that nobody will watch her. Everybody will watch her. She will not let anybody watch her. I am not kidding you. I have tried. I have cried. I have done everything and anything to try to leave her with someone else. It doesn't work. So my point being, if I were to start using Huntley as my excuse, then that's using my why, my biggest why. She's my why. I do this for her. I do this for him. He's pretty cute. But no, I can't do that to myself because I will not look at my daughter and say, because you were fussy, and because you were teething, and because, this lady probably thinks I'm insane. We were just at the dump. I think I told you guys. Good Lord, my brain's everywhere. But like I'm yelling because I just want to make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, I'm fired up. But my point is, Brian's like half smiling, and I like caught a look at him, and this lady's just staring at me. The one that he's paying for the dump load. Anyway, my point is, your babies are worth it. Your husbands are worth it. Newsflash, you are worth it. You are worth it. So if you're at that 3-month mark, or if you're at that 4-month mark, heck, you might even be at the year mark, and you're still looking at me going, Rochelle, this ain't working for me like it's working for you. What are we doing differently? You know what? Everybody's story is different. Everybody's story is different. There are ambassadors that took an entire year to promote to Ruby. But you might be a Ruby right now trying to get to Diamond, looking at me like, I'm not getting there fast enough. I need to get there faster. But yet there's an ambassador. That's not your path, is what I'm trying to say. That's not your path. There's an ambassador that it took her an entire year to get Ruby. And now she's ambassador. You think she's looking back like, man, I wish I wouldn't have stuck that out for a year. My point is, don't put a time limit on it. Stop putting a time limit. Stop calculating how much money you haven't made. Just start making it. And I'm not meaning this to sound like, well, it's easy for me. Let me tell you, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's simple. It's simple. I do the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again. For the last 2 years, my days look the same. Everything that I do, I'm building my network. I am messaging for host to post. I am posting on my stories. I am posting on my Instagram. The biggest thing, you guys, is building your network. The biggest thing you could ever do for your business is building your network. More people need to see what you're doing. More people need to know how many lives this can change. And if you stop short because you haven't made more than $100 in the last 3 months, next month you could make $2,000. If you just take quitting off the table. If you just take it out. Don't put a time limit on, if I have six, I don't even know what I'm saying. Yeah. I was going to say 6,000, but I meant to say 6 months. If I have 6 months, I'll give it 6 months. And if I don't make anything, then I'm going to stop. Well, your 7th month is when you would have succeeded. Guaranteed. You have to get through this. You have to get through this 3-month itch. I've been informed it's called the 7-year itch, but I'm going with 3 month. I'm going with 3-month itch. Push through it, you guys. It's worth it. Trust me. It is so worth it. I can't even tell you. When I hear stories from just even my personal team, from my girls that are like, thank you for continuing to post every single day because I watched you for so long. You guys, there's a girl that's about to join my team today. We'll see if she joins because she's passed up $20. She's passed up 2 $20 deals in the last 2 years, and she's passed up like 2 or 3 $49 deals too, I think. And today I reached back out. She's ignored me. She's had my website. She's had everything. She's been on my site. She's almost completed it. She sent me screenshots of like, what's this? Do I hit continue here? Like, she is ready to do it, right? For 2 years, multiple times. And this last time, she just ghosted me again. Nothing. And then I have to tell you this because it's kind of funny. My bun is like, whatever. Anyways, she commented on my story because I had something. She wanted to know where I got like a bow of Huntley's or something. And I'm like, don't laugh at me. I'm like, you want to know where I got this bow, but I want to know why you're ignoring me. I said that. I actually said that. And then she ghosted me. And she never got to find out where the bow was, because here's the deal. I'm not giving up on her. So that was like back in August. So yesterday I messaged her and I go, girl, again, I am not giving up on you. The offer stands. I have a $20 coupon code with your name on it. If you are ready, I'm ready. And she's like, okay, oh my gosh, $20 to join. And I'm like, yep. And she texted me, but I need to go see if she's actually going to do it. My point is, she's been watching me for 2 years. I'm never giving up on anybody. You know why? Because you'll never see me quit. There are still people watching me right now that will not join me for another year. There is still people watching me right now that will not join me for another 2. And that's okay. I'll be here. I'll be here ready for them. But will you? Are you going to continue? Are you going to push through that? Well, I just don't have enough people. I just don't have a big enough network. Well, you have no idea what it's like. I'm at home all by myself with 3 kids, and I can't do it. I just can't do it. Is that going to be you? Or are you going to stop putting your why using your why as your excuse? I'm just giving it to you guys real. I've had this on my heart for a while. We still have 5 days. 5 days until the end of the month. And it's so funny because I absolutely love the end of the month. I'm going to wrap this up, I promise, guys. I absolutely, friends, like, are you? Like, anytime now? No, I'm just kidding. I love the end of the month. The reason why is because there's 2 types of people. There's one type of person that will be like, ugh, I didn't get to where I wanted to be this month. So I'm just going to stop. Because we have 5 days. We only have 5 days. So I'm just going to stop. And I'll start fresh. I'll start fresh on the 1st. Okay. That's one type of person. Then there's the other type of person. And okay, wait. Okay. That same type of person is maybe like 4 or 5 sales away from a promotion. 4 or 5 sales. 4 or 5 people. Okay? But I'm going to start next month. I couldn't get there. I just couldn't get there. We still have 5 days, but I just couldn't get there. Then you have another type of person who's 3,000 in volume away from their promotion. 3,000. And by gosh darn, they have 5 days to do it, and they're going to do it. They are determined to do it. They are pushing so hard. I have never seen them work so hard to get that bonus because they still have 5 days left. Not they only have 5 days left. Okay, so I spoke some truth in this message today, you guys. I poured my heart out, and maybe it was a little bit of tough love, but you know me, that's all I know how to do. Forgive me as well. Like, there might be some of you watching that you're like, man, every time I reach out to Rochelle with discouragement, all she does is give me tough love. Let me tell you something.
It's hard to get used to.
This man right here is a saint. I mean well. I really do. I think he could probably tell you that a little bit better. I mean well. I physically do not know how to pump somebody up or tell them how worth it they are without tough love. Like, it doesn't exist. I try so hard. Like, that whole color wheel, I'm red through and through. There's no yellow. There is no green. There's a little bit of green. But my point is, the tough love is all just that. It's out of love. It's out of love for you guys, because I know the potential of this business. I know my hair is driving me insane, you guys. I just want to like redo it because it's so bad right now, but I'll finish this. Okay. Anyways, my point being, if you've ever been discouraged from my tough love, know that I meant it out of love. Know that I want the best for you. Know that I do not want to see you fail, that I want to see you flourish, and that I want to see you have grit and keep going, and know that this will flourish, and this will planting seeds. You planting seeds. They will harvest. They will harvest. It may take a while. Your journey is going to be different than mine. There are some girls on my team that got to diamond 10 times faster than I did. You know, it just, everybody's, that scared me. Everybody's journey is different. Do not compare your journey. Do not compare your journey. Everybody's different. Okay, I'm going to leave you guys with that. I hope somebody needed to hear this today, and I hope that it pumps you up, enough to where you are looking at I can't even talk. Pumps you up enough to where you are looking at the last 5 days now as, holy crap, I still have 5 days, and here we go. Here we go. I hope you guys are with me. I love you guys. Talk to you soon.